In the Democratic Republic of Congo, dozens of people have been killed after protests against the presence of a UN peacekeeping mission turned deadly in the eastern city of Goma. The victims include peacekeepers and an 11-year-old child. Many are calling for the UN to leave the country, saying it's not doing enough to protect them. But that could have a devastating humanitarian effect on one of the poorest countries on earth, as Joyce Tutu reports.
Civilians in the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo, tired of witnessing death and destruction, have taken matters into their own hands. But it's not the deadly armed groups in the region who they're fighting. It's the UN's peacekeeping mission MONUSCO, who they accuse of failing to protect them from attacks by armed groups. These are scenes from anti-UN protests which erupted in the city of Goma in late July. When protests began, Eric Mumbere-Bwanapua, a member of the political party Mouvement National Congolais, attended with other party members, including his cousins.
MONUSCO peacekeepers shot at my cousins, and they lost their lives. I feel profound pain in my heart.
Eric is now among those calling for the UN to leave the country entirely.
All these UN agencies have the same mission, and it's not for the betterment of the Congolese people. This time, Congolese people have opened their eyes, and so they've asked for the departure of MONUSCO, which will follow by asking for the departure of all UN agencies.
The UN told us that an investigation into what happened during the demonstrations is underway. They said that MONUSCO would spare no efforts to establish responsibility and take appropriate action if it's proven that a peacekeeper was involved. The Congolese government have expressed wishes to remove MONUSCO from the country before the year 2024. But those here say that is simply not good enough. They want them gone, and they want them gone now. But the departure of the UN would bring its own problems. In a country with one of the highest rates of poverty in the world, the UN provides education and healthcare to thousands of children and shelter to millions of refugees. The MONUSCO peacekeeping force was established in 2010 with the aim of protecting civilians and to support the government of the DRC in its stabilization and peace efforts. While some progress has been made, the government has now joined in calls for them to leave.
We cannot just come here and say it was peacekeeper or it was this guy, because when you have this kind of crowd, you don't know, there is manipulation. But now we have just to wait what will be the result of the inquiries, and then from there we can establish the responsibility and make people accountable. Those who've been behind those killings, they must be punished.
The people in Eastern DRC have made their feelings towards the UN very clear. But in a country with many complex issues, the full withdrawal of the humanitarian agency could be catastrophic for millions. Joyce Tutu, BBC News, Goma.